killed women. And you tell them that, well, you killed some woman in Virginia last week, didn't you? Just tell them that. I'm not saying I would say that to them or hint to them. But they never trapped it with nothing, right? They had to make up stuff. Like you don't believe in the Holocaust. So we believe in the Holocaust, we just gonna talk about the numbers. What was the numbers? Right? I said, all the people are there to give their opinion. I said, David Duke was even there. Right? David Duke was over in Iran. You know, the Grand Prix, whatever he is, he's something. But he's just giving his opinion. We think it was this, we think it was that. And everybody was there giving their opinion. And the Israelis, not the Israelis, but we'd have to call them the good Jewish rabbis that represent the strain of Judaism from the beginning of time. Right? Up to, that's who we with. Anyway, so what we're saying to the brothers is this is a very critical time in history. No matter what you do, you're not going to make America like you. When I say America, I mean the Zionist-sponsored Americans. Your mistake started several years ago, but I'll tell you the highlight of it. When I spoke at the Muslim Congress several years ago in Detroit, and y'all had me speaking on a platform with this little lady, Benjamin, what's her name? Medea Benjamin, Code Pink. And y'all, she wrote some of the book on Saudi Arabia. The desire to find white folks that'll speak on your behalf because Negroes are not digestible, right? That's what they think. Right. But you got to think back to the old days. When you support us and you give us a certain amount of strength and a certain amount of validity, we speak to the black population, Latino population, the oppressed population. Medea Benjamin speaks to the Euros, and all those Euros are controlled. I don't care. The one good news item about here that we learned for sure is that the whole media, the alternative media, Answer Coalition, Brian Beckers and all of them people, they arrange all that stuff years ahead of time. Those people are spokespersons. Whether it's the alternative media, that's what RT is, alternative media, all that other cake, WPFW, all that's alternative media. Do you think the FBI is going to have a free alternative media in America? You are going crazy. They don't do that. There's no such thing as an alternative media. There's different support mechanisms of the same media that you think you're getting an alternative story. The best thing you could do right now is get back in our corner, and we will do like we did all the time. All the other Negroes, when y'all went out in Gaithersburg, they went out there with you to keep an eye on you. That's what they did. All the Negroes in Gaithersburg, the Shia Negroes, they went out there with them. We stayed here. Why? Because they was following the Iranians and telling them to report on everything they were doing. That's why I'm going out there to Gaithersburg now. When I got here, I said, why everybody out here black people, when we all live in D.C. And if you want to help Iranians, you help draw the Negro and the Iranians and their historical reality together. Oh, you just tell Americans, no, the Iranians don't hate black people, and they don't hate women. What are you talking about? So-called hostage crisis, they let all the Negroes go. Remember that? They let all that say, man, you've been oppressed long enough without me oppressing you. They let the Negroes go. And all the girls, they said, y'all can go too. Right? And in Iran, if it's a mixed up person that has female and male organs, they get a free operation. Well, what you want to be? They do that now. You can't go get no changeover. You're a boy and you want to say, I want to be a girl. They say, you have to pay for that yourself, homeboy. We don't do that. But if you was born a certain way, they give you whatever you want. I was looking at one. It's a girl now. The person is a girl. And I said, yeah, I got a free operation. I was just that, another. And so they hooked me up. The government do it. So the government don't. And girls, shoot, 40, 80, 60% of the people in the universities in Iran are girls. They got to have a program for boys pretty quick, because all the educated people will be girls, right? Then the brothers will be pushing the wheelbarrow. Stuff, not really, but anyway. That's the way it's going. All the stuff they say about Iran is an absolute lie. It's just a lie. Okay? Now, if you want somebody, when you went and got Medea Benjamin and all these other spokespeople, you went and got people that don't like you and that work for the boss man. That's all they did. That's what we tell in Iran. So, you ought to see by now, if you don't know by now, that these people, that the system does not like you and you cannot, they will not speak on your behalf when they're told not to speak. Right now, with no reason at all, with this virus going around by the thousands of people, and they want to relax the sanction on you. That means these people is mean, boy, these people is mean. And nobody's saying, well, why don't you? Europeans are saying it. Or the Muslims are saying it. But Americans are either not saying it or we don't hear them saying it. We don't hear them saying it. So you made a mistake. A lot of mistakes you made. But remember, oh, you believe, fear Allah, and always say a word directed to the right, that He may make your conduct whole and sound and forgive you your sins. He that obeys Allah and His Messenger has achieved the Fawzul Azim, the highest achievement. Here's what we're saying. So if we make a mistake today in anything we've said, then correct us on it. But Allah has forgiven us because we've said a word directed to the point. And that's what it says. And that, if you do that, Allah will make your behavior whole and sound. Okay, I'll move toward a close. Internal unity is an absolute necessity. Did something pop out here? Or did this go down? Okay, forget it. I'll just pick up my voice and talk a little louder. All right, we got backup plans too. Allahu Akbar. So anyway, internal unity is very necessary. That means you cannot afford to have this kind of Iranian or that kind of Iranian. You're in a war, and you have to focus the war effort on defeating your enemy. And the enemy is the United States of America. Your enemy is Zionism. You have to defeat that. Hey, you don't have to convince me of nothing. I think y'all have done a wonderful job. I know you have. I've seen it. You not only did a wonderful job in the war, 1980 to 1988, but now your military is the best military in the region, right? You can knock out American stuff. And that's why they don't mess with you physically. They just try to scare you. They want to try to make you broke. Instead of making you broke, they're making you richer and more independent. And the sign is that everybody is watching you. You are the most popular people in the world. Everybody is watching you. You are the example. You was the example before, but people forgot about it. Nobody has had to deal with boss man and all of boss man's helpers and defeat them on the psychological, the physical, and the spiritual battlefield. That's what Iran is doing right now. And don't worry about strategic alliance. Remember, the first big battle you was by yourself. Now you have Iraq, right? Now you have Lebanon. It's very clear. Even the struggle in Yemen. So with Iraq, 65 to 70% Shias, right? Iran, 90% Shias. Afghanistan, 30% Shias. Pakistan, 30% Shias, right? And Lebanon, God knows. And then look at it like this too. Nobody in the United States or even in Iran sit right here and told you what was going on at a certain time. When we watched the people go to Najaf and Karbala, even Iran thought it was a great deal, but they didn't know what the meaning of it was. We sat here week after week and we told them Allah is getting them ready for a certain thing. And guess what? On January the 3rd of this year, our brother Soleimani achieved martyrdom and the whole Muslim world woke up. Pop, just like that. Right? So, it's not clairvoyance, but it's something going on. There's something going on. We do not analyze according to what we want to happen. We analyze according to what is possible, what's likely, and has that happened before? What's the chance of it happening again? What was the environmental circumstances involved? Are those environmental circumstances the same now, or are they 60% the same, 90% the same? You have to make those calculations. So far, in all those calculations, in 40 years, we have never been wrong. Now, you pull out some of your people. Go ahead, pull out any Iranian like you got, except the Rahbar. Pull him out, because he's been on the money all the time. Just like who? Me. Now, I sound a little, I'm not agitated at y'all, but you don't leave your best people, proven best people, and hang them out to dry. You don't try to play with them for 15 years. For years, when I would go to Iran, everybody said, this guy here knows exactly what to say. He's going to make this conference top of the line. That's what Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui said all the time, and that's what he did. That was my job, between us. And he used to pull me in the corner. Imam Musa, we got this conference, man, and we done did all of this, and you got like to do this. I said, Doc, just leave me alone, please. I already know what to do. Don't you worry. When I go out there, now that's exactly our relationship. He had all the intellectuals, all them people, and all them giant programs. And that's what they would do. They'd intellectualize. They always needed somebody to pull it all together, right? And that's why I would speak last half the time, or just before he did. You know, last time he's speaking after me. He's the only one. But everybody else, because that was my job. You know, like we're all in a band. I'm the drummer, or this guy's that's your job, right? To keep the beat. You keep in the sound, the flow. I like that job. I said, man, don't you worry. And he'd be worried about this program. That's why he said Imam Musa is something that I didn't even, when I heard that's what he said, you know, I must have went to the rest somewhere. I didn't hear him say but he said Imam Musa is almost a collection of all that's good. Something like that, right? I said, good God Almighty, Doc. Man, that's serious stuff. You know what it did? It made them bums mad. Muhammad Ali, Zafar Bangash, they ain't did me a favor since then. It was 20-something years ago. Next trip back to South Africa, all of them, and the Indians over there too, were sticking at me and cutting at me, and when I get ready to come and raise some funds, they give me a call like they already knew I was getting ready to come, and they invite me to come and raise funds for the drug program, which we have started. They got this stuff fine-tuned. And it ain't doing no harm, it's doing good. Everything they do, right, it turns out different. I'm telling you, right here, we're right at we're here to help balance this thing off. That's what it is. Balance, it goes up a little bit, straight out. That's what our job is. Because we didn't join up for nobody's approval. We didn't join up so everybody would like us. If we did that, then we'd go along with the Saudis. Because they come tell you, we give you all the money. It's not about money. It ain't about none of that. And scaring somebody, I'm sorry, dear people. I'm sorry. Them fat Saudis and them other bums, they just can't scare nobody. And boss man, you know, boss man is really mean. But I was raised under boss man. I was just right there with him in the penitentiaries, and I knew what the first big ride in 63, 64. I just jumped on the boxing ring and said charge. I had no idea. Nobody told me to do it. It's just that one of the sharp Negroes from San Francisco with their hat blocked and starched and iron clothes. He was up there, Ducky we called him. And the white boys had him in the bleachers. You know, you go in the movie theater. The movie theater is the bleachers and the boxing ring is right there, and they show the movie over. And this is in the field house. Field house got weights, basketball courts. You know, inside field house. So if there's a fog line, you can't go to the yard, but you could go to the field house. It's a big gym, internal, big gym, and everything's in there. So they having a ride in 64, and the ride started, and I had no idea. I just jumped on the boxing ring and said charge. I didn't get no message from nobody to this day. Well, I kind of got it. And then the white boys, while we was taking care of something over here, the white boys ran and got the iron power. Oh, it was strategic, it was smart crackers. No, so we just would run up to them. And this is no script. I'm kind of leading it a little bit. Well, everybody thought I was, and the police thought I was, because they sent me in the hole. I got an extra year, but it ain't nothing. I love that year. That year helped me. But anyway, I was supposed to go home next month. No, I went home 13 months later, but it was good. It was wonderful. So the white boys had iron. Those days they had even light iron, real light iron, and we all been buffed up. And so the white boys, and the white boys would throw the iron at us. Then again, they throw the iron at us. Pretty soon, all the iron, pretty soon they was throwing 30 and 40 pound dumbbells, and all the light iron, they threw it to us. Guess what? We got all the iron. We didn't throw it back. We just took that iron and started walking right up on them crackers and busting them upside the head and everything. So technically we won the riot. But it was all, I was not thinking strategy, this and that. That's something Allah give you and you got it. You got it, that ain't nothing, you know what I mean? All you can do is realize it and then improve it. Improve it, you get better at it. That's what I said. If you take it, say the word straight, Allah gonna make your behavior sound. Your behavior can get better. So I'm telling you, I'm here, and I don't care nothing about boss man at all. And a little bit of physical punishment. I was just bleeding on this, but I got knots all over. The white man been busting me upside the head and all in the lips since I don't even remember nothing, but that's what you do. They arrest you, and like you see in them TV programs about in the 60s, they busted, they beat. That's what the police do. And especially, I imagine you in jail and always causing hassle for the police. What do you think the goon squad do? They bust you upside the head. All the time. So much so that it gets to be natural. So the police, whatever they say they're going to do, it's natural. You don't even care after a while. You don't have any, well, you can get busy. And then there's icing on this. You get to be 75 years old. Everybody else is leaving when they're 25, 15. Niggas don't even get to be 20 sometime. And you're 75 years old. And everything they got, they can't give you nothing because you already had everything. They got it. We'll give you $1 million. I said, shoot, I spent $500,000 on the school out of my own money, right? Tell the truth. If school's here for 10 years, $4,000 a month, and then plus, just off the head, that is, of course, probably more. That's $500,000 that you just spend. The Negro ain't gonna give you that kind of money. Barely. You get lucky if you get the Negro, and your kids may be the smartest kids. They may go now to the best college in the world. The Negro ain't gonna come by and tell you, well, we sure appreciate that.